So here's my. You started a beat.
I always start recording before you get started.
It's been recording.
Hey, hi. We don't have any mirrors. How are we able to do our eyebrows?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I have today my lovely, wonderful first better half. My sister. Ashley.
Hi.
The TikTok star of the family.
You do one video, go viral, now you're the star.
So, we have not, she hasn't been on a channel like this in a long time. In vlogs, like you be there.
No, I haven't. I'm only in the vlogs, little pieces of the vlogs.
Yeah, in the vlog, because you threatened to sue me. You remember that?
I made a joke like 5 years ago that I would do this.
Before I was back on YouTube, and then you told me
a joke.
Yeah, but it stuck with me.
Oh, true.
So anyways, she's back, and we're gonna like do our makeup because we're actually getting dressed to go to our cousin's birthday celebration, and then we need to go see one of our aunts.
Yep.
Because she left her job to go full-time entrepreneurship. So we're just getting ready, and then I was like, we should sit down and talk because there are things that we need to chat about.
There's a lot of things we need to chat about,
and we haven't done this. So let's get started. Oh, I will link all of our products in the description bar, so we won't like go into what we're using. They'll be linked down below.
Oh, and I've already prepped my skin. I've put on my, always wear your sunscreen, guys.
Oh, and I don't have any on.
Oh wow. No. Sunscreen and moisturize your face. Now I don't prime.
I prime.
Yeah,
I don't. I be forgetting the sunscreen stuff. But yeah, it's very important. And my nails are undone. They need to be painted. So in case you can see them and wonder why, that's why.
Child, I wish we had a mirror that was closer.
Know.
Now I have to use this.
We did all of this prepping and didn't even bring mirrors. When you filmed your TikTok video and you did your makeup, you are not a beauty girl. Cause what was that?
It went so fast. No, I had to go back and add all the products in after the video was sped up so fast. I said, wait, I'm not prepared for this. Shout out to the beauty girls, cause I'm not one of them. I'm not one of y'all. I'm not. Now
I feel like it seems like 1 minute videos are so long. But then once you get on there and you like trying to create a 1 minute video when there's so much that needs to go in the video, it be like not enough time. Like I be on trying to create long form TikToks and it's like this is not the place or the time.
No, it's the shot. Start and stop and start. I said I don't know what to talk about when I start and stop. I just talk through.
I feel like TikTok is so different. Like oh wow.
That's a lot.
She's doing some new technique with her brows, and I'm just
guys, don't judge it. Don't knock it till you try it. This is Did
you learn this from TikTok?
Okay, let me. How do you guys do it? Oh. What's it's so bad.
Not it's upside down.
It's covered and dirty.
What's happening?
Okay, but apparently you're supposed to do this to laminate your brows.
Bro, don't they have lamination kits or something like that?
Why would we do all of that when we have this?
What is it now? You gotta
it got to be glue. It's gonna come out fabulous. So, oh my goodness.
Eyes gonna be stuck.
Now, I love got to be glue because as soon as an inch of water get on it, it's gone. It's off.
Sometimes, you remember the girlies was putting got to be on their wigs and it wasn't coming out.
Oh.
I used to do that.
Maybe they...
But mine never stayed like the girlies.
Now, do you know that got to be has... they have a personal size now.
Wait.
That's for your brows.
Oh, no. But I don't know if I would trust that. Something about that sound illegal.
Well, look who's next to you.
You willing to try anything.
Literally.
Put me in, coach.
So let me, and then I kind of try to art.
Is it the stress?
We're gonna get there. You know, we don't do all this all on the TikTok side. We just have to take that video and go, baby. Whatever you get is what you got.
TikTok is literally one of those apps that you either like it or you don't. And I've been trying to get with it, but I feel like I can't get the grasp of it yet.
But it's really one of those. It's like It's like an app of unfinished products. Like you don't have to get on there like editing heavily. Like
you can literally just
chaotic.
Yes, and I think that's what I could feel the chaos when I open the app and then I just close it. Like I sense that chaos happening.
Yeah, I love that.
I love that for me.
And y'all, don't worry about this little white stuff. It's gonna come out. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Let's not stress ourselves.
So I've been like seeing this like trending topic everywhere. I've been seeing it on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok for the time that I'm on there about quiet luxury. And we was actually talking about this, and I was like, we need to chat about it. It's only right that we chat about it. So I don't even know where to begin because I feel like the trend is it's like just a trend. I don't know what to say about it. So have you seen it?
I haven't. I know we were talking about it. We were talking about the, quiet luxury. And from my point of view, like I was saying earlier, is I'm seeing it from an aesthetic point of view, like old luxury.
Well, I guess we should start with saying what is it?
Yeah, you probably. Well, what is it?
So I feel like from what I gather, from what I've seen and what I can just tell, my assumption is that it's the idea of partaking in the luxury aesthetics, like items you buy, the way you live, like that luxury lifestyle, but doing it on a level where if you know. So like the Loro Piana shoes, that's a expensive pair of boat shoes, right. Essentially. But it's like once you see them, if you know that they're Loro Piana, then you know, okay. But if you don't, it's like, oh well, maybe you just don't know. The girls who get it, or you don't need to know, kind of thing. Yeah. So that like those type of brands, it's like the idea of what quiet luxury is supposed to be, and also like it's supposed to tie into also dressing, behaving, living like I guess like the upper elites, the 1%ers of the world. They're supposed to be the epitome of quiet luxury. Which I feel like we have this conversation all the time, especially with Mom. And when people bring up the topic of billionaires wear regular t-shirts and jeans. I feel like it's all one and the same conversations, which I hate that conversation. Like it makes my skin crawl.
And then those people, I get it, like you're saying that they're not wearing these logos and they're not wearing name brands, but the items that they are purchasing are expensive items. And they're also investing in other expensive luxuries, like paintings, like art,
private jets,
right? They're doing it in a way, just not a way that maybe the larger scale of people can, but they're doing it
and that you can see.
Right.
We can't see it. It's happening though.
Exactly. And of course they're not gonna, at some point, it will be too much of a, what do you call it? It will be too much of a red flag to wear all this logo and design are going into the areas that they're going into. It causes too much attention to them anyway. So of course they're not gonna wear logos and things because they're trying to be discreet. So I don't, elitism is a whole nother conversation.
Yes.
Classism is a whole nother conversation to this, but quiet luxury, I thought it meant the idea of aesthetics. We have a classic versus a modern take on aesthetics. I love
that's a cool viewpoint.
I thought that's what it meant. I didn't know it was a level of elitism per se.
Well, I guess it can be both. Cause to me, I feel like it can be a little subjective because it's what you define as luxury. Right. So a person would have to say, what do they deem as quiet luxury?
True.
You know what I mean? Because some people may not find luxury restricted to just designer brands,
True. Because there's lots of luxury.
Luxury is broad. Right. Luxury could be you having
your home decor.
Yes, or a live-in housekeeping, live-in chef. Those things are luxury as well. So it's I guess the trend of talking quiet luxury falls more into, in this particular case, fashion and the aesthetics that we're seeing on social media. But I don't know, I feel like the conversation of quiet luxury is just a trend. It's just one of those things that everybody is doing now, because so many people, and I say this all the time, are making more money. Like, that's just the reality of it. We're in a day and age where you can post videos online and get paid from them. Right. So more people have access to money. So I feel like the idea of quiet luxury is another way of elitism and placing people within a boundary. Okay, you have money, but you just got money, so you're disqualified from the discussion of money. Where it's like, when I go to the stores, the dollars spend the same.
Right. And
when the person go wherever to buy their car, it spends the same whether they just got the money, their parents had the money, their grandparents had the money still spends the same. Now, I think it's a difference with the circles maybe that you have and the scope of opportunity you have, but once you start making money, you can get around people who are generationally wealthy. That puts you in a position to be generationally wealthy.
And is quiet luxury gatekeeping?
Yeah.
Is it gatekeeping?
Okay, that's another discussion. Like, quiet luxury is it gatekeeping?
It sounded like we're trying to gatekeep here.
The girlies are gatekeeping.
Right? But let me just be honest.
We're all about honesty and transparency.
I do. We always have this discussion.
Yeah.
I fit into that category of a gatekeeper to an extent.
You are 100% a gatekeeper. You are
It's because
you're the keeper of the gate.
I know, because think about it. The people that I would hang around, we will all be able to have the same items. Like, and in that aspect, I don't also want to come around and we all have on the same things. I don't. Like, if it's far and wide in between, like someone that I will never see again, like, okay, I'll tell you, like, oh, I got this from this place. But like, if we're in the same circle, like, we're gonna come to this, man, you do it all the time. We show up in the same shoes, the same handbags,
smelling the same.
She has my favorite scent that she refused to give up. You should give it up.
We were there together. We purchased it together.
She put me on the scent. She did. She was like, I think you would love this scent. And then she goes and buy it. So I'm like, this is my signature scent. You can't smell like me. And somehow we pop up and she has my same shoes, the same handbag, the same accessories, the same jewelry. We're twins at this point. We are twins. So no, I do a little bit of it, but my intentions are great.
Yeah, I think your intentions are great, and you've always had only child syndrome. Although you're not the only child, you're actually the youngest.
It's exclusivity. Like, I like the idea of it.
So you like the idea of this quiet luxury situation?
That's what we were discussing earlier. I do. Not in the sense that I'm trying to gatekeep luxury, but I had a phase where I was logo forward.
Yeah.
You know, I wore a lot of logo, and I did it because I truly liked the brand.
Yeah.
I had my favorite brands and I wanted them to be shown. Mm-hmm. And now it's just like, oh no, I don't want to take that approach anymore. I want to be more subtle with my approach. And that's more so in regards to, I don't want to overwhelm people. Just in the spaces that I'm in, I don't want to overwhelm you with all of these logos, because it's not necessary to me at this point in my life, but I still want to have quality items. So my idea just changed about it. So now I'm like, oh no, I don't want to wear this. I don't want all of, the brands showing, but I want the items from the brands.
You like the nice things.
Yeah, I like the quality of the items.
So I guess I guess I can agree to that point of view, because I didn't think about it like that. It can be gatekeepish.
It definitely
the quiet luxury thing, because
luxury was always gatekept. Let's just be honest.
Yes, and that was the other thing that we were talking about. Like, when it comes to luxury, it was okay. So another part of it is that obviously, like we said, the items that have logomania is not really like the quiet luxury. Of course, it's in your face, but at a point in time, that was still quiet luxury, or that was still that level of exclusivity that not everyone had, because not everyone could afford it. You know, there was opportunities of making money and having money was far few in between. So at a point, this idea around the quiet luxury and exclusiveness that comes with quiet luxury is like, at one point the logos were that. When you saw them, you're like, oh wow, she's a Louis Vuitton bag. Yeah. She's a Chanel bag. Like, that was the standard at one point. So that's kind of like what I feel the conversation goes into another level of elitism, because it's like, okay, I want to differentiate who's always had it and who just had it. And it's kind of like, well, that's counterproductive, because the person still has the opportunity or the ability to purchase it. So what disqualifies them based on at the time period they got their money? That just seems weird to me.
I still think it's a level of exclusivity, and it does go into elitism and classism. Of course it does, but luxury will always be that.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. It was constructed that way.
Yeah.
So it will always be kind of a divisive conversation in that aspect. But again, most people who are wearing, luxury items, they know. So wearing the logo or not, they're still gonna know if they're in, if they are luxury connoisseurs. It doesn't matter if you have the logo or not, you're still gonna know. So I just think it's more of a preference now, of how you want to be presented. I will say that, even me personally, when we see people in a lot of logos, we automatically assume, they're just starting. Like, maybe they just got their, their first bag. And it's not right. It's not right, y'all. We don't need to be judging nobody. God didn't tell us to do none of that. We don't need to.
But the thing about it is, like, even that, I still wear my stuff, and for me, I feel like people wear what they like. So there are people who are generationally wealthy who wear a lot of logos. And for me, items that I got 4 or 5 years ago that are logomania, I'm still gonna wear them today because that's what I like.
I think it's the pieces. I think it's the brands of logos that you wear, and how you wear them. Sometimes and I'm saying this from a person who did it. We're mixing the brands. Everything is logo. It's a logo on our
everything
shirt,
you buy has to be that way.
It's our shoes, it's our accessories. Everything is overwhelming.
I can see
that. Means I think that either you're not putting your pieces together well, or you're trying to make a statement. And that is what I think when people come in and make the the assumption that, maybe you want to show us all your items at once, versus, oh no, I have I have my few pieces that I'm putting on, that I like to wear, and this is where it is.
So I feel like the other part to it is the current situation, or I guess the fear of a recession is another reason why I feel like brands are trying to push their heritage bags or their, more quiet items, is because people feel like we're in a time where we might be facing a recession. And although not everyone will be affected the same, there are still going to be, a lot of people who are affected negatively by the possibility of a recession. And some people just feel very, out of touch wearing logomania during a time like this. You know what I mean? Right. Even like
or they don't want to come across as desensitive.
Exactly. So I feel like that's
insensitive. I should
say.
Insensitive.
Which is why I feel like brands are trying to lean in on that quiet luxury trend, because they want to cater to that as well while still selling bags, because they're not cheap. Right. These bags that we speak of and the quiet luxury is just that. It's quiet, it's still luxury, and it's still expensive. So I feel like that is another reason why we're starting to see it more, because of the state of the economy potentially, which,
and
I get that.
There's just some people who they like luxury to a certain extent. Like, some people might think, oh, I want a nice handbag that I can carry for years and years and not have to worry about it deteriorating. Mm-hmm. So they think, oh, let me just go get me a nice bag from your Louis Vuitton, just a nice leather bag. And they just want that bag. I'm not I've always say this. My sister's, she likes way more things than I do, and she's the one who's putting me onto all the luxury items. But I can have one nice bag and I'll be completely fine with it, and then when that bag, I'm thinking, okay, maybe let me venture out, then I'll venture out to another one. And of course I my mom and my sister always tell me to get timeless pieces so you can just have them. But some people just choose, luxury items to have that, a level of quality at that moment. Yeah. That they know that they need. And then outside of that, they're fine.
True.
So it just depends on, I think, the lifestyle that you're living. Now, I do think that luxury is a lifestyle if you're trying to continue it, because first off, once you start, it's hard to go back. It is. You're like, oh my goodness, it's just a quality there that is unmatched. And once you get that quality, you're like, oh man, I need to.
I like that.
I think about just something as simple as, the Jo Malone,
lip conditioner,
lip balm. Yeah. It's like, okay, this is, it's a higher margin than maybe the average thing that you can get. I don't know how to say that.
Like a chapstick. It's just a chapstick.
It's just a chapstick. But this lip balm is like, oh my goodness. I'm putting it on, it's exfoliating me quickly. It doesn't take, I don't have to keep reapplying it. That's just a level of luxury that I'm like, I can never go back from. I have to continue buying this lip balm now. So, it's unexpected, but it's little things like that just improves the quality of life in a very mild way, but it means a lot.
Everybody should experience it.
Right. So I just think it depends on the person. I know, it really truly depends on the person.
So I guess all in all, there's so many factors that come into the quiet luxury conversation and just luxury in general. I do love though that more people are embracing it and more people are, desiring more in life. They have the will and the drive to go get these things, which I like that part of it. It's not like it's so unattainable, because honestly it is. Anybody could have anything. Right. And I genuinely, wholeheartedly believe that.
And I don't think that anyone should limit themselves by saying, if you like an item, just like any item in this world, it could take you some time to save up to get a certain item that someone else can get quickly, but that does not mean that you can't have that item.
Right.
So, aspire, if you want something, you can have it. Don't let people limit you with what you can have and what you can't have based off of, any type of boundaries they're trying to put on you.
Yeah. And we talk about that all the time on this channel.
Yeah. So don't feel limited. We've all had to save up for our best pieces, and we probably will continue that. Yep. Everybody's not able to get certain items at that time. Does not mean that the time won't come to get it.
Yep.
So, always be encouraged. If this is a lifestyle that you want to live, I say take it piece by piece. Start with your small leather goods. And the thing that I've learned about the items that you purchase, some of these pieces are really never going out of style.
Yeah.
We're still seeing the Speedy bag. We're still seeing the Never Full. We're still seeing the small leather goods from Chit. We're still seeing these items. So you'll always have them. So just take a piece, start now with a piece here, a piece there, maybe a jewelry piece, an earring, a necklace, even a pair of sunglasses.
Yeah.
I don't know, but somehow it feels like sunglasses are timeless.
They are, if you're going to keep up with them.
It seems like, okay, you can purchase a pair of sunglasses 5 years ago and you can pull them out. Yeah. And people think, oh, where did you get those from?
Where did you get those?
The not sunglasses, the blue blocker glasses.
Yeah.
How old are they?
Very old.
Yeah, and I've had people stop me and ask for them off of my face to take a picture of so they can go find them.
And that's when you lose it.
Because I'm a gatekeeper. But no, I won't ever see those people again. So it's like, oh, I don't mind you having them. But I'm so sorry. But the closest people, I know we're just in the same circle. So we can all have this. And we're going to all show up in the same thing. I know it's going to happen. I know it.
Show up to brunch wearing the same outfit, the same sunglasses.
Same sunglasses, same bag. And we're just going to be there like twins.
Like
that little meme. That's Spider-Man. Man, that's gonna literally send me, because we're gonna post those pictures in the same outfit.
Yep.
But me and you do it all the time, literally. And
I mean, you got somebody else with the same taste as you that's doing it unbeknownst to you.
Right. That's true. So I don't try to gatekeep, but a little bit. And then I have my sister here
about it.
Right, and then I have my sister here who was like, guys, this is this and that. It's this.
I am
number.
not a gatekeeper at all.
At all.
Like someone will compliment me on something, I literally be like, oh yeah, it's from here. I don't gatekeep at all.
Literally.
I don't gatekeep at all, because I would know if I wanted to know where someone got something from. I would hope they would tell me, and not feel as though I'm trying to be like them. Now some people are weird though and try to like do things that you do and make it their own. That is where I feel is very weird and disingenuous, when someone asks you something and then go about it as though it was their idea.
Right.
That is where I draw the line. And I'm like, okay, never gonna tell you anything again.
Yeah, you should give credit where it's due in all cases and scenarios.
Yes.
Like, don't steal ideas from other creators. You know, just give the credit. It takes nothing from us, but...
So then I feel like God put us on this earth to experience the luxuries of life and to experience wealth, and not just monetary wealth, but just wealth in our health and relationships. Like, there's so much more to luxury than just being able to afford a Chanel bag or go on an expensive trip. Like, those are all luxuries, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't limit to just that, you know? We're supposed to be people who experience abundance, and that's where I feel like the focus should be. But of course, we get off track.
And it's literally just an abundance of patience, an abundance of love, an abundance of kindness. I think that those are things we should focus our attention on, and living in those spaces. And also the abundance of the life that you want to live, not the one that's compared to other people or that other people deem as luxurious.
Yeah.
No, there are people who won't like luxury items, but they're living a luxurious life.
Yeah.
They can take a trip whenever they like. They maybe collect arts and crafts.
That's
you know,
true.
it's different levels to luxury that should appeal to only you. You know, that you should be able to have abundantly. You know, if you want to go take a trip to Michael's and be able to splurge, you should be able to do that comfortably.
Right.
God wants you to have that.
Yeah, I feel like that's also the missing piece in this, is that we as kingdom believers, we should have that. It's not a level of when did I get it. It's whenever God decided, you know, this was your time, you should have that. Or whenever you come into your purpose and have that, is what it should be. That is the standard.
Right.
So I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to social media, things get blown out of proportion. And you see a lot of people just doing stuff because it's trending.
Yeah. Or, you know, because they see other people doing it. Just define your own rules. Don't allow other people to define them for you.
Yep.
You know, whatever fits you, fits you.
Yeah.
Whatever you like, God loves for you. God put it in your heart to want those things, to have those dreams or those visions, because He knew that that is something that you wanted and you could have.
He put the desire
in your
there.
heart,
Yeah.
right? You're not, if you never thought about being a doctor, but you wanted to be an astronaut your whole life, you're not going to be concerned about being a doctor.
Yeah.
You're going to be concerned with being an astronaut because
Yeah.
you knew that you could. So, or if you never sang a day in your life, you're not going to wake up one day and think, oh, today I'm going to be a musician, you
Yeah.
know, or maybe an instrument, whatever that is, you know, it's your life. And God wants you to be in abundance in your life,
True.
not in other people's life.
Those are the facts. But I love that the girlies are getting close to God and developing relationships and not religion.
Yeah.
That is something that I know our parents, and specifically mom, has
Right.
instilled in us since we were younger. The importance is relationship,
You have
not
to have
religion. We don't really deal in religion. That's not our forte.
In the aspect, I want to clarify, in the aspect, like, of course we're Christian, but
Yeah.
we're not religious in the sense of, oh, I have to, you know, go by this routine.
Yeah, I can't
to
wear
get to
this,
God.
I
I
have
can't
to
wear
say that.
Right, I'm limited here, I'm limited
Yeah.
there. I need to make sure I go to church on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday to make it into heaven. Just
Yeah.
those little things. But of course, spiritual health is more important. That
Yeah.
relationship with God is always more important than
than routine, in my
Than
opinion.
routine.
Because I always tell people I found God in my bedroom. I've been going to church my whole life since I was a kid, but I felt the presence of God in my bedroom, you know, and I felt like that's when he showed up for me, and my life completely changed from that day on. But I was going to church since I was a kid.
Yeah. And that's usually how it is. You have to have that encounter, and we start experiencing that very young.
Yeah. And again, when you think about us in church, we weren't necessarily in church, but at home, my mom had us praying in the prayer room or in her bedroom, and we still to this day we will, or we'll go to her friend's house and we'll pray there and have Bible study at the house. You know, it's not a huge congregation of people, not that that's a bad thing, but we do this in small groups. You know, God says where two or more in agreement, he's in the midst. So you know, it's just little things like that keeps you very grounded. And the conversations we have are every single day.
Yeah.
We're having these spiritual conversations. We're talking about the Bible every single day.
Unintentionally. It's not
too.
like
like we're doing now.
Yeah.
Like we're just
how do we go from quiet luxury to God?
Right.
I mean, that's how it is for us, and I guess that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Like, he's in everything. So,
and I do this with every friend that I talk to. We'll be sitting down at brunch or whatnot, and then we'll just start talking about our spiritual journey or what we are, you know, or what are we going through, or, you know, what we've been praying for. And it just comes natural, because when God is truly an intricate part of your life, he's just there.
In everything.
He's in everything. So
that's one trend I enjoy.
Yeah. And everyone is getting on their spiritual journey, in the aspect of rededicating their life to Christ, and, you know, truly trying to have that relationship with God. And it's a beautiful relationship to have. I will say, you really do see a lifestyle change when you accept him personally. I think my family can attest to. I think you really just see the difference of a human when they go through that type of phase.
And it's important, because we're truly in a time where there's so much going on. There's so much noise. The fact that he's even sticking out and people are starting to like be intrigued by it, I'm just like, wow, it's amazing. Especially, and it's not just relationship we're talking about. Like, people are talking about deliverance. People are talking about speaking in tongue, like prophecy and evangelism and just angels. Like, we're seeing a whole lot more of that. And it's so amazing, because they're young people. You know, they're people who are not afraid to speak about it. You know, we talk about it a lot on my channel, because
and
that's
literally
our
all
faith.
over my Instagram.
Yeah, and she does a lot of her, you know, content around it. But I mean, at one point it was like taboo. I remember like mentioning it, and some people, you know, feeling a little uncomfortable by it. But I don't know what else to do, because that's what I know, and I can only
it's a belief. It's my belief.
It's my belief.
I can't change that.
It's what's in me. It has to come out. So that's all I know.
Right.
So I don't know how to like not talk about something that's truly all
It's
I know.
truly your entire life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't go a day without talking to God or
Praying.
or reading my word.
Yeah.
And not saying that defines a true believer of Christ, but it's just one of those things that when you love something so much, you dedicate a lot of time to it.
Yep.
Like, think about it. If you love social media, you dedicate time to content creating. If you love God, you dedicate some time to him because you love him. Or your significant other.
Yeah.
You dedicate time to them because you love them. So it's just you know, how much you love something is how much you'll invest time into it.
That's true.
And that's just what we're seeing now. And also, I just think that we're at a space now where God is just doing some things in people's lives that's just undeniable, and they just want to talk about it.
You know,
He's
like,
just moving so big that they're like, oh my goodness.
You can't not see it.
Right. You cannot not acknowledge it, right? It's like him saving your life, and then you will never be the same. So the only thing you do for the rest of your life is say, God saved my life. You know?
And then it goes back to prophecy, and it goes back to what's been said. God is raising up that remnant. So it's like the places where we least expect to see his presence is right there. It's right there in front of us. And if Satan can put on a big stage, God do it even bigger. So it's like,
right. And that's another thing. And I know that right now a lot of people compare maybe your life in Christ to people who are non-believers and might think that, oh, they have everything that you want. They have all this stuff. But God can also give you all of those things, you know, and he gives it in a time where you are ready for it. So you won't squander it or, you know, mismanage it. So your time is coming. Don't worry. You know, and, you know, don't compare your journey to other people's journey in general. But I do understand that when you see things, sometimes you're like, well, God, where is mine? You know,
I struggle with that a lot.
You see,
I mean, we do.
Yeah, and it's true. It's a true struggle.
We look at other people's like journey and like, man, like when is it gonna be my turn?
Right.
And for me, I'm never envious of the other person. I look at it as like motivation, like, oh my gosh, this is their time. When is it gonna be my time? Like, oh my God, I'm so inspired by it. And I feel like even as like content creating, I'm pretty sure that you can see it too now that you are, you don't want to say you create content, but that's what you do.
I know. I don't really like labels like that. And I don't consider myself a content creator because...
But that's what you do.
Right. Because I think that content creators put so much energy into their work and their craft. They, you know, they edit properly. They invest in all the right products. And then there's me. I don't do that. You know, I make that little, you know, I'll do my makeup and post my video, but that's about as far as I'm going. Literally the setup that you have right now. She has lights, camera. She has a nice camera and lights. I don't have any of that. And not saying that I'm sure I can invest in it and get all these items, but I'm just an on-the-go kind of, what do they call it? Chaotic.
But that's still creating content.
True.
And it's just the type of content that I choose to create. I need the type of setup.
True. And then you do post on a platform that requires a level of
following. So it's like, it's not necessarily like bad or good. That's just the type of content that you do. But anyways, okay, so we have finished our makeup. Now I just need to like go and pick out my hair. But for the most part, we are ready. That is it for this video. It was a pleasure having you on today.
Thank you. I enjoyed being here.
Thank you. Can't wait for you to come back.
Please invite me back.
Hopefully I don't receive any type of cease and desist or anything.
Not this time.
Okay, so we are going to go ahead and close out the video here. Well, I feel like we shifted or something. Probably. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and close out the video here. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, drop a nice comment down below. Subscribe so you hit the notification. What? What's my outro?
Like, comment, subscribe.
There we go. Follow Ashley on TikTok, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.